Lesley, hi. Thank you so much for joining us here at the PLSA conference, and lots of conversations about governance at the moment and how important that is. Tell me what the pensions regulator are doing at the moment in terms of that being a hot topic, if you like.
Sure. Well, as you know, we've been pursuing a number of angles on good governance through what we call our 21st Century Trustee Initiative. We're working on a number of things, and we'll be making a series of announcements over the coming months. And in particular, we're trying to provide tools to trustee boards and indeed messages to employers so that we can help them to govern their schemes better. So, for example, over the past day or so, we've published some tools for trustees to help in selecting a chair of the scheme. And we've also got messages going out to employers that if they're involved in selecting the chair of a scheme, then they also need to worry about the quality of the person, the leadership qualities of that person. Other work we're doing, we're working with the professional trustees, professional bodies, to look at standards for professional trustees, because they can have a huge influence on the good governance of schemes as well.
With so much emphasis being placed upon putting enough in your pot, it's even more important that there is a genuine and full trust in all of this organisation of the people that are in charge and what they're in charge of.
Yeah, absolutely. Being a trustee is a considerable responsibility, and it's in the name, isn't it? So we are very keen to drive up the standards of good governance, as you can imagine. What our research shows is that there are a tail of schemes who are not listening to the messages on this, who are perhaps not doing some of the basics well. And we want to be very clear that we will do everything we can to help trustees who want to do the right thing and to improve governance to do that. But equally well, where we see examples of people not taking the messages seriously and not doing the right thing persistently, we will take action where that's appropriate.
And it's important that's seen, because
Absolutely.
that will, massively increase trust in all the custodians
Absolutely.
looking after these schemes.
It's very important in maintaining confidence in pensions that trustees do a good job, and it's therefore important that we as a regulator are seen where it's appropriate to do so and proportionate to do so, to use our powers. All the messages that we've had as part of our TPR future work is that we need to ensure that we do take enforcement action when it's appropriate in order to deter bad behaviour.
And make sure that you communicate that to the general public as well.
Absolutely right, yes. I mean, enforcement action like that can be obviously a deterrent tool in terms of the people it's applied to, but it also can be a confidence building tool in terms of the wider population.
Indeed, there have been bad headlines about pensions in the last decade. That's been a big problem with confidence and engagement of the end user, hasn't it?
But think about this, we have over 800,000 employers who have done the right thing and put over 8 million people into pension savings as part of automatic enrolment. The vast majority of employers want to do the right thing, and it's really important as we as regulators support them in that. When we do see the very odd instance of poor behaviour, people trying to evade their responsibilities or whatever, then we need to take action, absolutely.
And that will be very crucial to public trust.
It is, yes, but so is recognising all the good work that goes on within this industry as well.
We talked there about trust, about engagement. It's crucial, isn't it? Because we just simply aren't seeing enough saving at the moment.
Well, I think everybody is clear that, and if you only got to look at the FCA's survey published yesterday, for example, that it is challenging for people to save for their later life. We've obviously taken the hugely important step of automatic enrolment in this country to ensure that people at least start on that. And the automatic enrolment review that is being carried out at the moment will be very important in terms of thinking about what direction that should all go in for the future.
How important is a conference like this to help facilitate collaboration, if you like, and an approach that is joined up?
I think it's very important. I mean, opportunities like this to meet face to face with so many different parties in the pensions industry, and for everybody to have the chance to hear about the latest thinking or thought-provoking topics is very important. And for us as the regulator, it's very important to be able to go out to talk to people, to hear what they think, to get feedback, to get input, and to really understand, for example, what the emerging risks are 10, 15 years down the track that both the industry and we as the pensions regulator should be concerned about.
Absolutely, because we've all got to be fit for purpose for what's coming next. The tagline for this conference is decoding the future.
Absolutely,
it's a big change ahead, I think.
Absolutely, and we're working on this within our own estate, if you like, in terms of our TPR future work, which is looking at how we as the regulator need to respond to the challenges posed by the change in pensions landscape, how we need to adjust the way we regulate to reflect, for example, that the dominant form of pension provision is now DC rather than DB. What are the next stages of automatic enrolment? How are we going to authorise and supervise master trusts, which we get the powers to do very shortly? So really interesting challenges for us as the pensions regulator to take on board in order to decode the future, absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining us, great to talk to you.
Great, thank you.